What's up YouTube, Carter1221 here, and welcome back to Company of Heroes. Anyway, here I am as the Germans again. This is going to be a tactics video, and I'm going to point out some of my mistakes. You know, some people only show their victories, and I do like showing some of those, but I want to point out, you know, I felt pretty good with the Germans. You know, I'm like level 14. I kind of have a standard build I'm going to do. So first thing I do is I build an infantry company, and I generally get about 2 grenadiers and an MG. The MGs are great for holding down conscripts. So on this map, when you have a 3v3, this is a steps map, you're going to have the person in the center that is TPS right here. He's going to hold the center and then help with this victory point, while his name is Murdoch is going to hold the northern area. And it doesn't have text chat in here, I don't think, but I'm talking to my teammates right here. I'm trying to talk to Murdoch, asking him to go north, but he's not responding, of course. So it's always good to talk to your teammates, you know, because communication can win you the day or not. So I'm getting a grenadier right now, getting an MG. Now I'm desperately going to try to hold this victory point. Now, I don't like the south particularly. The north is what I enjoy, because I get to cover this area generally, or this area, and then we have this victory point here. The north is more important than the south. Anyway, here my grenadiers moving up. So the start I'm going to go for is going to be a heavy MG squad. MG start here. Like, I'm going to get 2 or 3, and that's important. So what I'm doing right now with my grenadiers is kind of a tactic in itself. Having the grenadiers take the victory point and maybe hopefully run into some combat engineers from the Russians, and I'm having these pioneers take the fuel, and these guys are pretty much going to get into action. Also, if we notice here, that red broken thing. Oh, look. Yeah, so the Russians went south, but that red broken thing means no cover. So I need to reposition my MG, but I'm actually going to move my MG here to cover this flank here, but I'm going to move my grenadiers in. So I figure with SMGs like MP40s, they do a lot better against these guys, but with the I'm screwed out of here, because every time I go to the cover, we're going to get killed. And we got conscripts over here. So I really should have brought my MG. I want this to cover my flank. I was ready it's going to be another conscript thing. What I really should have done is pulled up this and started supporting fire. I'm pulling back right now, getting these guys suppressed. And when troops are suppressed, they're not shooting back, of course. They're just crawling, and you can actually pick these guys apart. And at this angle, I can cover from any kind of threats except from here. So I'm getting a second MG, hopefully to cover this flank in the south, and a third one will probably cover this northern flank. So I'm going to have this area pretty much locked down from any heavy conscripts. Now when you're suppressed, I would suggest a Molotov cocktail. Also, you can't get the rifle grenade for the Germans just yet, so it's important for me to take the fuel. Anyway, I'm repositioning my MG a little bit more, try to give them a little bit heavier cover, but it's not recognizing it right now, so that's a mistake in itself. I'm going to have my second grenadier squad run past the dead conscripts, my dead combat pioneers. There's the pioneer squad. I'm going to move these guys around here. It's good to like fortify your holds right here. The game's going really great for us, to be honest. Except the north is a little bit, it's falling a little bit. Azuma, by the way, is level 31. I thought this guy was going against Mishap. I thought he was level 31 because he played an excellent game. And I'm going to show you part of this game, but I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to go into the tactics of this early stage here. You can see he's using great cover. His guys behind the truck with the flamethrower, that's a very good move. I'm going to pull my guys back and move my second MG here so it can suppress them. And all you need to do to get rid of the flamethrower is just back up a little bit. As you can see, one of them have already fallen, but I've lost a brave German comrade already. Now, if I had rifle grenades, if I was in tech stage 2, that would have been great. So, it looks like Mishap. Let's take off the fog of war really quickly. So, yeah, Mishap just built a support company. With the Russians, you don't need necessarily a ton of buildings. You can get conscripts from your headquarters, and you can get support infantry. That might be actually a better thing than building a rifle grenade area. So my guys are in the open. He's using cover very well here, and he's got a Maxim machine gun. And I can't really stop this, because these guys are pinned, actually. It says they're pinned, but they're still in the open. And they've just killed one of my guys. So I have to flank around here and try to fight them off. And this mortar, I freaking hate this thing. The Russians have better mortars than the Germans, and this mortar is just going to clear out my MG. See, I am flanking around though, and I feel like almost like I have the conscript advantage here because I have a lot more men than they do. But yeah, we just overwhelmed that mortar, so the mortar's done no damage really so far. In fact, the south is going rather well, but look at Murdoch up here. There's nothing guarding this victory point, so Murdoch's not doing such a great job right now, I have to say. He doesn't really have a whole lot. These guys are running away, though. But that's because he's dealing with some... he's really focusing on this victory point, which the Russians seem to be attacking. And also, TPS, our ally here. I'm going to play a game with him after this. He's also a good player. And so he's kind of helping, because nothing's really going on in the center. I'm pushing them back. It's looking really well. I'm using rifle grenades. I just really should have gone a mortar. So make sure you have something protecting your victory points. You see some Russian snipers out from level 31 guy. So Mishap has gone with a support company, and this gives you access to mortars, machine guns, and anti-tank things. So he doesn't really have a whole lot. In fact, he just has one conscript squad, 2 rifle grenades, 2 MGs actually. I would try to combat my MGs, and also a mortar. Right now, you can see we're about 6 minutes in. He's already building a tank corps, so you can get T-34s. Now, let's go back to me for a second. I'm in stage 1. I don't even have packs yet. I haven't even built. You know, I'm just going so heavy for this tier 1 start. You know, as you can see. Oh yeah, this is a great tactic I like to use. I want to explain about bunkers. I was going to talk about that. So, Germans are very good at defending their positions. You can build a bunker and get an MG, which I'm doing right now. And then I like to build bunkers a little bit further back from the front lines. And I use that as a reinforcing point. So these guys are beat up, right? I'm going to pull these guys back to here with the reinforcing point, and just reinforcement acts as like an HQ. Now I'm trying to get these guys to counter the mortar. So I got double MGs right here. So I have a heavy anti-infantry presence here. I have 3 MGs, right? I'm covering this flank. I'm covering up north. Now I can't see all of the northern area until I start capturing it. And I'm covering down here. So any attack by infantry is pretty much pointless. He does have a mortar. That's the great counter to the bunker strategy. So, you know, it's not perfect, but the mortar can absolutely tear these things apart. If you can't defend this bunker very well, you're in trouble. So we're getting a reinforcement point right here. Our command bunker. Command post, sorry. And I can just replenish my troops. So if they're beat up, like down to 2 guys, I don't have to run back all the way to my base. I can do this. I'm using 300 manpower and 120 munitions to build these 2 bunkers, though. So that is going to set me back. And that's my problem. I've now just built a pack. But if you go to Mishap here, you can see he's just about ready to get a T-34-76 medium. And he's doing that. So let's look at me right now. I am completely unprepared. I have done a heavy infantry tier 1 start. I've done Festung support doctrine. Pretty sure that's the one it's called. And I got a howitzer. I'm trying to use this. So as you can see, his attack down south, not going so well. Heavy MG presence, pinning down the pioneers. However, this damn mortar shooting at me, it's already killed one of my guys. Why they're focusing on these guys who are now in negative cover, don't get in the water when you're being shot up by an MG. That was a mistake by me. I'm shooting rifle grenades at these guys and just shredding this MG. Enough that he's going to pull it back, and his other MG is getting suppressed. I know I need to move this MG up and start supporting. I really got to get eyes on this mortar, you know. It's done some damage so far. So let's keep in mind that he does have a T-34 out, and I have not a single thing. I don't even have enough to build a pack right now. I mean, I understand. Within 10 minutes, I was just so focused on killing his support doctrine, his support troops, MGs and mortars, and I was not worried about tank at all. And you're going to see this one tank completely turn the tide in the south here. Just want to point that out. You want to get some sort of pack. I mean, I could have gone Panzer Grenadiers and upgraded them with, you know, bazookas, but I got plenty of manpower. and I'm just not using it. So I see this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm screwed. I have nothing in here that can stop this. I mean, I got some Panzerfaust that I already fired, and, you know, it does, like, no damage. I mean, we're just screwed. I do have incendiary ammunition, which gives me some armor piercing, but that's not going to do a whole lot. I've got a pack and a Panzer Grenadier coming out, which is going to have a, which is hopefully going to have enough munitions to get the Panzerschrecks, there we go. But I'm pretty much screwed, so I'm just like letting these guys stall. That's the nicest way to say it. Anyway, as you can see, I can pull these guys back and reinforce them to keep holding the line. So right now I've done too much of a heavy tier 1 start. I've gotten a little desperate, and now I'm throwing smoke around this area to conceal the tank so I can withdraw these guys back safely. As you can see, they're down to 1 man. So I've got a bunch of infantry, and they're not really doing anything. And this tank, he should just push forward, to be honest. I have nothing. I mean, now my pack's coming out. It's a little late. And the great thing about his mortars are, they can clear out my pack. Do the Panzer Grenadiers. These guys are actually really good. They have MP44s, and, well, I guess, is that the correct term of these guys? The weapon they have. So there's an S also. It's like the STG-44. I'm trying to remember what the exact name is of that, but as you can see, we can get Panzerschrecks. I could take them out. So this is coming up. I think he's going to rush the victory point, to be honest. So I'm going to position my thing right here. Can cover my bunker. That's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to come up here and destroy my bunker so his infantry can be clear and attack it. What also works against his bunkers are flamethrowers. Now you could kind of flank around here and get around it, but I got guys right here to stop that. So seeing my pack, he's going to decide to withdraw. But as you can see, I've been doing some math here. So let's go to one of my allies really quickly who has this. Let's just go to TPS. A Panzer IV, right? 120 fuel, 480 manpower, correct? And Stuga's 400. If we go to Mishap, and we look at his tanks, 280 and 75. So you can literally have 2 of these for every single Panzer IV that's out there, minus a little bit more fuel. Also, field guns are great. These things can actually lay down a barrage using their special ability and take these guys out. Now, we do have all 4 sectors, and they are rapidly losing points here. He's going to try another assault, though. And he's just repairing his tank. And he's just going to blow this up. I'm trying to get some pioneers to help out. And also, my gun is shooting, revealing its position to his mortar, which is coming up. And the mortar's is going to do a barrage and either take out my MG, or he's going to take out my pack, and he just wiped out my MG. So I've got 1 defense of the pack, right? And that's pretty much it. Making another one now. I'm going to try to stop this this Russian threat. I mean, I'm doing really well right now. I've just mounted this MG with some grenadiers, and I'm going to pull him back. And now my crew's eliminated. Now that my crew's eliminated, he can move forward. That was very, very good skill in the combined arms there. Also, I'm coming forward to try to get rid of that mortar, but I have nothing to stop this. My other pack is way back here. So he took out the only defense here, but he did not see my guys with Panzerschrecks on his flank. It's good to flank T-34s. You don't want to be in front of them with your stuff. So they wiped out my grenadiers. They wiped out my grenadiers that fix up the MG. And they've so far with their mortar wiped out the pack. This mortar has already killed 5 men, and those are the most important of the crew. Anyway, I moved these guys up to try to take on the tank, but they not only have this anti-personnel half-track with the heavy MGs on it. I finally got it, right? But they have this thing suppressing me so I can't go forward. And they also have this light artillery barrage. Meanwhile, they did a light artillery barrage there, and they actually killed my... They just killed my pioneers there, and they killed that. So I'm trying to withdraw these guys back. They're trying to hunt me, so I've got to keep running back. And he's going to run into my pack, so I got another one. And now I'm just going to try to turn around, but we got suppressed. I think that's a special ability. Let me just double check that. for mishaps. No, I guess he just randomly does that. Meat chopper. So as you can see, I'm starting to lose this. I really have nothing but an MG and one grenadier here. I'm making some more pioneers, but honestly, right now, I've kind of lost it. I don't know why he's not pushing his advantage for T-34s, because I had nothing to stop that. I'm doing my best to counter it, right? And even TPS being a good player, helping them out north, trying to help me in the south, trying to shore up my flank. These damn Russians stole my MG42, and I'm throwing rifle grenades in there, and moving forward their MGs, which have a lot more durable crew, by the way. And not only is a light artillery barrage coming down with that field gun, we're getting shredded by the meat choppers and the mortars. So we're in trouble here. Also, my pack's taking casualties to the MG, which they're in range of. I'm moving these guys up to try to flank and get this damn thing, but I'm probably not going to get it because of the combined arms of the MGs, like all anti-tank, anti-personnel. So I guess you could say in the beginning I was doing kind of a spam of MGs to hold him. But I'm just pulling these guys back. I'm about to lose the south here because I don't really have anything to stop them. I think, oh, that also got cleared out by the mortar, or the half-track, and the mortars, it got cleared out by the MG. So pretty much my two packs are laying for the Russians to take. They're abandoned. Does that say snipers? I cannot be cleared by the snipers. So these guys are getting spotted and mowed down, and I've completely lost the south, and I've left an MG42 for the Russians to pick up. So, you know, life's not looking good. They're starting to take the fuel. I've just got one of these. So you can see, another T-34 coming now when I have no anti-tank defense except these Panzer Grenadiers back at base. I'm pretty much screwed, and they're going to take this lower center area here. So I'm pretty much screwed. I've lost everything. Just this combined arms approach of the machine gun, the mortar, the field guns, and the this half-track usage was very good by mishap also. And he's only level 11, so I'm a little bit higher than him. So he did a very good job in the south down here, and I have to give it to my opponent here. And I've gotten pinned down. And guess what? The meat grinder's coming in, whatever they call us. Let's get the proper name for it. This is called anti-air package, known affectionately as the meat chopper, the 450 caliber guns on top of it. So my allies are trying to help. He's got a Stug in here, and I'm dropping smoke. I don't know why I'm dropping smoke, actually. Does that mean? No, I'm not dropping smoke. Someone's strafing? I'm trying to take this back, and by the way, you cannot capture well, you can't fully capture until the enemy's out of it. You can bring it neutral, but you can't capture it. So I got these here. I'm ready to charge forward these Panzerschrecks to get that T-34, but they have the anti. Actually, that's actually taken out the. Said actually like 6 times. This is actually. It's like it's hurting the airplane. So I know I can't take this, and the mortar is just killing me. It's already got 2 chevrons. Now, I swear, if I had the, I'm throwing smoke on there, trying to help my ally with this Stug, but we're in trouble. He just rushes forward, and he's going to wipe me out. My ally also has some grenadiers here. We're desperately trying to take this back, but I pretty much lost. I've just been screwed out of this fight so far, and we're 19 minutes in. So I've lost this. And you know, you might say, well, you know, I didn't think I lost it that bad. Let's start fast forwarding. So they're down to 75 points. A huge attack comes up here. You know, they're down to 53 points. I've been completely wiped out of here. They're taking my packs. They're using anti-tanks, pushing off TPS's troops. I finally get a Panzer IV, rushing in alone. Desperately trying to kill that T-34. Succeed in doing it. Managed to pull back. But I get killed by something. I'm not actually quite sure what killed me. So I'm getting another Panzer. Finally destroyed that damn half-track. I've got sector artillery. I can call this in, but honestly when people see the flares, just like in the other one, they're just going to get rid of it. So even as I do have superior forces, they launch a, let's see if that was a mishap really quickly. Yes, they launched the incendiary artillery barrage. He's waiting for the heavy IS-2. But he's getting veterancy. As you can see, this mortar's already killed 18 of my men. So the mortar, along with this field gun, anti-tank, anti-infantry, I'm just screwed. Also, they haven't taken over the center. My allies finally taken up the north. Oh, they're taking the north, that's right. So they're taking over the north. I'm just going to keep fast forwarding and kind of focus on my part in the south. We literally get these guys down a lot, but because they have this in the north now, oh, they got all these, because they have all that, they're just going to start diverting men down in the south. They have the south, they have the north, so they're not losing points anymore. Earning suppressed because of the MGs. I threw a bundle grenade there and finally blew up this truck and killed quite a lot of them. But they're bringing in their double chevron division field gun. It's almost 3 chevrons actually. It's killed 8 infantry and destroyed a vehicle. I do like the shock doctrine actually. Maybe I should start using that online. Ambush tactics. That's cool. So, my ally Murdoch is actually kind of... I know I've lost the south. This is a poor performance by me in this battle. I apologize to my ally here, TPS. Because I understand I got outplayed in the south. And that was completely my fault. And I take full responsibility for that. Anyway, the Russians are getting massacred actually. Up here. We're starting to slowly push them back. They do have the hill, but we're slowly taking that out. They got snipers up here. This was like the level 31 guy going against the level 24 guy. Murdoch got troops in behind. So they're down to 34 points, and I'm desperately trying to take this. I'm throwing smoke. The Russians aren't having it. They're not having it. They've got tank destroyers now. This is my big mistake. I tried to flank this, right? Destroy it, but I didn't. There's an Su-85 tank destroyer. My tank's backs to them, and that got blown up. And then this getting turned on in the Su-85. My Stug is screwed. So I've lost my Stug. That MG-42s were able to withdraw. I'm desperately trying to take this. I only have 34 points. We still have this. We've lost the center. I'm getting confused. Let's go to... I'm trying to take the south. We have the center. This is neutral. They're down to 34 points. We still got 500. Good flanking move by Murdoch, actually, up here. Meanwhile, just the artillery going in. With the mortar, this thing being a light field gun, I'm just screwed. I got nothing up here, and I've been completely devastated. Still going on up north, absolutely flanking the field guns. Good not to take stuff in. Also got a sniper shooting at the, is that a woman? Yeah, we got a woman, Soviet sniper shooting at the tanks. But look at that. Russian bombing strike kills 2 Panzer IVs. And killed her. So, he lost a lot of his tanks up here. Now, he saw the thing. He had about 10 seconds to react there, and I can understand how he didn't pick that up. Anyway, we're starting to take this, but nothing is defending this. They've just been decimated. Is that actually a, still a German there? Oh, he just disappeared. So now they're taking this. They have the north, and guess what? We're going to start feeling the pain. So I'm pretty much screwed right now. I have nothing to really take on. I'm just having a lot of trouble with these combined tactics. I wish I had gotten a howitzer earlier, because then maybe I could have pretty much shot them up. I mean, okay, time to get some heavy tanks, get some Panthers maybe. As you can see, we're in trouble. I mean, the north is our hope, but the Russians were able to take their conscripts and man all these guns again. They're somehow able to take that, and now we got one, so we're not losing that badly. It looks like he dropped a Stuka bomb up here. Destroyed that gun. Or that might be a railway gun, to be honest. Is that a railway gun? Yeah, it's a railway gun. Good use of that. So my little infantry assaults and stuff, I got my pack remanned, and boom, look at this. IS-2 right here. Pack is cleared out. Panther, tank destroyer, and IS-2. I'm not sure if this IS-2 is overpowered or not, but I'm desperately trying to hold this IS-2 here. He's bringing up all his forces. It's so close to dying, but I'm so close to losing all my guys. I just have to pull back. Also, my Panther might get destroyed. So this IS-2 is a tank, literally. And I call sector artillery on here to try to kill some Russians. That's the bad thing about sector artillery. It can only go in your territory. It's not like it can go in the enemy's territory. So we've finally taken this. The north is looking well. This is very hard, you know, once again, a lot of ambush tactics of the Russians with their field guns. They have a KV-8, which is actually anti-infantry tank. So, I'm screwed on the bottom. There's nothing I can really do for my team. I got some Panthers, yes, but the mix. And they're also, look, they're using my packs. That's not fair. These are a lot of my German-made equipment. Now the center's falling, which actually has a lot of our, he didn't cover this side. This is the reason the center's falling. I've been pushed off so far back that my ally is just getting killed by mishap in the center. And look at these Russians. IS-2s galore. So big tank battle here. IS-2. 2 Stugs. I mean, you should really be focusing down on that IS-2, which is good he destroyed that, but when he lost his double Panzer Force up there, that really hurt him. So we're starting to lose now. They're down to 34 points still. Now we're down to 300. I'm using my Panthers to actually shoot up some of the crew. I'm trying to defend this as best I can, but there's anti-tank guns mowing me down. I finally have a howitzer, which just got finished, and I just killed some guys. I think I bombed somewhere around here. I also have the conscripts with my MG42 that they don't deserve to have. I got infantry back here, but the mortar, I'm telling you, is just... I don't know, it's just like it's a great way to piss off your opponents. So now, the north, we've lost all the tanks. They've been killed. There's like an anti-tank nest up there. I pretty much lost my Panther. The other one had to be pulled all the way back because I couldn't get that IS-2, and that IS-2 was a lot of manpower, you know. I got enough fuel. I just don't have the manpower to take these guys on. I chose the wrong doctrine. I mean, if I should have gotten the artillery, I would Elephant Destroyer probably could have taken these guys out. So I'm like, they were guarding the river, right? So those points I wanted to try to take back. But the Russians are doing deep flanks into me. And they're throwing grenades with their shock troops, which are actually very effective. You think it's giving them no cover because those guys were in the middle, so I had to run back. And I might actually lose it. Nope, they got out of there. So I'm getting some more elite infantry to try to take these guys on. But they threw another grenade. Calling smoke bombs somewhere again. I think I was calling on my ally, trying to like block the vision so these guys could actually capture it. Those guys must have been glitched. So, spoiler alert, we're going to lose this battle. Not all because of me. Partially because he left the top. He pulled back all his tanks and all his infantry for no reason. I think Murdoch was just pissed off for some reason and just completely quit. Maybe because of my poor performance. But we're going to lose this. And we could have won this, honestly. Because we had this point, and we had this point, and if he just not let the Russians take it over with all his troops, I didn't even notice this during the battle. But yeah, I pretty much lost. He's going to go take out my howitzer now. Actually, this thing's just going to run, and he's going to call a fire barrage on it. So, keep that in mind. Be ready for an early Russian tank rush, because that's what happens. And yeah, Cardium221, I hope you enjoyed this commentary, everybody.